All right, everyone. Welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for Tuesday, July 10th, 2018. All right, so today I'm just going to be doing the screen share here today. Just got back from the optometrist, and my pupils are real dilated. They dilated my pupils, and the bright lights from the studio are just a bit much for me today. So let's go ahead and look at this a bit as we usually would, starting with the moon here. And actually the fact that we are coming up to the ending phase of this lunar month. So here around Thursday, Friday, we are going to have a new moon, and it is going to be in Gemini, so it will be this time of new beginning, likely involving our flexibility in life, communication, learning from others, learning in general, getting into a bit of that flexible, practical, mental, and communicative energy with Gemini. But as we approach this ending phase, this balsamic phase of the current cycle, which has been Taurus. So this was really the past two lunar cycles, actually. We had two new moons. Last two were in Taurus. And so this has been the fact that we have been developing these qualities of our resourcefulness. And so now with the moon here, it's suggesting this finishing up. Or you could even see it as this reintegration with these qualities. So a great day for getting in touch with that inner resourcefulness, feeling into it, kind of reflecting emotionally or spiritually in terms of what we have developed, specifically these past 30 days, involving this, self-value as well, even cultivating our natural gifts and natural abilities, which is what Taurus represents. So getting in touch with this inner stability, inner steadiness and grounded energy, excellent at this time, especially because, again, we are ending the phase. So as we approach Thursday, Friday, the energies are dying down. It does become a good time to do some clearing, maybe even let go of some things, at least internally, or accept things internally, which then allows for the releasing, and quite possibly externally as well, as we create space, essentially, for what will be the subtle new beginnings later in the week. All right, so that's the sun and moon, but today we do have a very important thing taking place. Jupiter is going station direct. So he's been retrograde for about the past 4 months, and Jupiter is the planet of our perspective on things and what we see as possible. So the past 4 months, we've likely been, in our own way, reevaluating our perspective on things, reevaluating our belief systems, and possibly more tangibly, reevaluating our opportunities. Likely the things that you were maybe hopeful about this year with Jupiter in Libra, these past 4 months have likely either been on the back burner or have been going through this reflection. So now that Jupiter's going direct here, we will start to notice the later part of the week, some of this energy moving forward. Essentially, could literally be some opportunities, but most importantly, this whole perspective shift. That now all of the re-examination we've done regarding what we're open-minded about, or what could be possible, all this reflection is now leading into a much more clear understanding. And again, this kind of perspective shift likely taking place today regarding where we can now implement some of this, opportunities, some of this open-mindedness, some of this shift of perspective moving forward for the next 8 months, roughly, during the direct of Jupiter, or at least until Jupiter finishes Libra, which will be for the most part of this year. So great day for this. Great day to just maybe even slow down and kind of take a step back with, again, our belief systems and maybe some of these potentials. And then as Jupiter starts to gain his momentum, implementing it into the outer physical world, right? Because the past 4 months have been more internalized, more on the back burner, more on the unconscious, you could say, and now moves into the conscious, which then helps us see more opportunities and helps us, cultivate them as well. So down below, I will put in the comment section which house this is for each of the signs. You can take a look at that for your sun, moon, and ascendant sign. I will put a chart calculator down below if you don't know your moon or ascendant, but I do recommend looking at the house for all three of those. Most importantly, the ascendant, but all three to give you a more specific look because it is still very general. And that'll show you the areas that are starting to likely move forward for you. specifically in the context of maybe what you've been reflecting on the past 4 months, and likely has seen as an opportunity this year with the transit of Libra. So collectively, though, Jupiter retrograde in Libra has been about this re-examination of maybe matters pertaining to relationships, or matters pertaining to really the things that do require reciprocity in life and mutual understanding and give and take, right? These types of energies. And if it's not more interpersonal like that, then in your personal life, maybe just what might be needed for more balance in your life. I mean, essentially, that's what it is with Libras, where we can find more balance. So collectively, this forward-moving energy of Jupiter is going to help us bring in more balance, and again, see how we can do that with Jupiter, because Jupiter is, after all, our larger perspective on things and our belief systems about that. All right, so very important there, and again, give it some time, because later in the week, we will start to notice more of it gaining momentum. He's literally stopped in the sky right now, which again makes it good for just that kind of taking a step back and allowing the energies with opportunities to just pause for a moment. All right, so that's the most important thing. On a minor note, we do have the moon sextiling Mercury, which I will mention because Mercury is changing sign right now, is going into Leo this part of the week. So we will likely notice our opportunities when it comes to communication going into a little bit more of the self-expression. We'll probably be a little more collectively expressive when it comes to communication, maybe getting a bit of this creative mind, and just likely a little more of the playful, lighthearted, or fun energy, which we've already been enjoying with Venus, but now gets incorporated with how we're thinking and how we're communicating with Mercury. All right, and then also on a minor note, the moon is squaring Neptune, so nothing major here, but anything that can bring some extra present moment acceptance, present moment awareness, because squares to Jupiter, sometimes we do want to escape or wander a bit. And we can do that as long as it's constructive, but I think usually with squares to Neptune, the most constructive thing is, of course, to be present and accept what is, if you are feeling any of that type of energy. But again, I don't think that's going to be that strong. I think the most important thing is this Jupiter direct, this now shift of perspective, and now beginning of implementation regarding opportunities, and maybe even quite literally opportunities, depending on your personal chart. And the moon in Taurus, right? The theme being about really these past couple months of integrating our resourcefulness and sort of connecting to this emotionally, spiritually, since we are in the ending phase of the current cycle. The energies are low. And again, doing some of that clearing with it so we can create space for the Thursday, Friday new moon. All right, so have a fantastic day, everyone. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, and I will see you all tomorrow for the daily forecast.